Today we are going to talk about the structure of proteins. Starting your core paper for microbiology, that is biochemistry for microbiology. In that I am starting the topic, the third module, the structure of proteins, that is the amino acid and the protein structure. So first of all, we are all familiar with the term proteins. Proteins, they are the most abundant macromolecules present in the world. The proteins are the most versatile macromolecules. That is, they are very special macromolecules present in the living system and serve crucial functions in every biological process. This you can see the presence of proteins everywhere in the living system. Without proteins, there is no living system. We cannot live, or the organism, or there is no living thing without proteins. They are the very essential macromolecule present in the all living system. That is, the living things are made up of proteins. Not only proteins, you can find so many other macromolecules, but the most important molecule or the macromolecule that present in the living system is protein, or are proteins. Then first we will discuss the protein functions. What are the why the proteins are most important in living system? Why they are important? I told proteins are the most important macromolecule present in the living system. Then why they are important? That we are going to discuss. That is because they are important because they function as different things. That's why they are important. They function as catalyst. The major type of protein that is present in the living system, which are having very essential function, are enzymes. You know, the enzymes are very essential for every biological process. Every biological process are happening only because of this enzymes. They are called biological catalysts. Then in the last in the same paper we have to study the enzymes in detail. Then, and also not only as enzymes, the proteins act as transporters, because in the living system of the cell, different molecules have to be transported from and to the cells. So this who helps in the transport of these molecules? The answer is proteins. They are transporters and store other molecules or store things such as oxygen or other that is in the case of hemoglobin. They take the oxygen. Hemoglobin is a protein. Hemoglobin takes the oxygen and store the oxygen for the vital biological functions. So they act as the storage device, storage molecules, proteins. Then they control growth and differentiation. The cell has to be divided or grown. The growth occurs only because of proteins. Okay, without proteins there is no growth, because several proteins are involved in the cell division process or the growth process. So they control the growth and cell differentiation. The cell has to differentiate. Okay, you know all the organisms develop from a single cell. How the single cell divides and then they differentiate into different organs and different tissues or organs, only because of proteins. There are different proteins are there that helps in the cell growth and differentiation. And they transmit the impulses, how that impulse transmission from brain to other, through the nerves, how the impulse are transmitted? Only through the agency of proteins. There are different neurotransmitters are there, chemical, the protein messengers are there. They transmit the impulse from brain to other body parts. So they transmit nerve impulses. Then the protein can interact with other molecules and they can form macromolecular assemblies. They can they can associate with DNA, form DNA protein assemblies, like in the case of chromosomes. What are chromosomes? Chromosomes are DNA protein assemblies, macromolecular assemblies. They can they can assemble with lipids, lipoproteins. They can assemble with carbohydrate. Okay, different they can combine with different carbohydrates. Okay, lipoproteins. Okay, then this DNA protein assemblies. They can form assemblies with lipids, other proteins, forming large macromolecular interactions. So and these assemblies are very important in the function of the life. That is the replication of DNA. Okay, a group of proteins assemblies are involved in replication of DNA, transmission of signals within the cells. Okay, then carrying out other many processes. You can find this type of protein and other molecular interactions. Then if we examine the properties of proteins, some proteins you can find they are very rigid in structure. Rigid means they are in the case of keratin, the structural proteins. These proteins are having structural, they function as a structural, and also they are having different other functions. When they act as a structural function, they give structure, means they give rigidity to the cell. Keratin, for example. Okay, they are rigid protein and they give structure or the strength to the rigidity to the skin or other parts. Okay, they can the cell is having a particular structure. In the case of human cell or plant cell, they are having a particular structure. How the cell structure is maintained? You can have you heard cytoskeleton? The cytoskeletons are nothing but they are protein assemblies. Okay, so the cell structure is maintained through the protein structural proteins. So they give structure or strength to the cell. Then some of the proteins act as a hinges or springs and levers that are crucial to protein function. Okay, these structural assemblies are very crucial in the protein function. Okay, some other proteins are very flexible. In the case of enzymes or hormones, the hormones are proteins. Okay, hormones, all they are having a particular structure, but the structure is somewhat flexible. Okay, globular proteins, they are having different shapes. The proteins are having different shapes. We will study the structure of proteins. We are going to study the structure of proteins. Before that, I have given a small introduction about the properties and the functions of proteins, how or why proteins are important in or why they are important. Okay. Then another important property of this protein is all the proteins are built up from the 20 different amino acids. Okay, there are different proteins. There are proteins having variety of functions, but all these proteins are made up from 20 different amino acids. There are variety of hundreds of thousands of proteins in a single cell you can find, but all these proteins are made up from only 20 different amino acids. You can find only 20 different amino acids in naturally built up proteins, or in the living system you can find only 20 amino acids. So all the proteins are made up from these 20 different amino acids in different combinations and different alignments. This 20 different amino acids are aligned in different combinations and different numbers and forming a particular protein structure. And these proteins, I will tell you the details later. Okay, the proteins, all these amino acids, there's 20 different amino acids are joined one by a special bond called peptide bond. Okay, the special bond that is present only in proteins is peptide bond. The different amino acids are linked one by one. They are linear structure, long structure. They are linked one by a special covalent bond called peptide. What is the bond called? Peptide bond. And these proteins assemblies or the amino acid assemblies makes different proteins like hormones, the antibodies, you know, the antibodies, the protective function of the immune system. That's the protective function. The antibodies are nothing but they are proteins. Okay, hormones, antibodies, then transporters, muscle fibers, then our lens protein, eye lens proteins. Okay, then the spider web, the rhinoceros horn, milk protein. The white color of the milk is due to the protein. Then mushroom poison, the very toxic poison, are also their proteins. And different. You can find millions of different proteins in the world or in the living system. So all these are made up from this 20 different. That is the most important feature of proteins. All the biological or the proteins which are present in the living systems are made up from the 20 different amino acids in different combinations and in different number through a special covalent bond called peptide bond. Okay, that's all about the protein introduction. The next we will study the structure and properties of amino acids. So once again I will tell, proteins are the most versatile macromolecule in the living system and serve crucial functions in essentially all biological processes. They act as catalysts, transporters, and store other molecules such as oxygen, provide mechanical support and immune protection, movement, transmit nerve impulses. They control growth and differentiation. Then proteins can interact with one another and with other biological macromolecules to form complex assemblies. I already told all these things. Then some proteins are quite rigid, whereas others display limited flexibility. Rigid units can function as structural elements in the cytoskeleton, the internal scaffolding within the cell, or in the connective tissue. Parts of protein with a limited flexibility may act as hinges, springs, and levers that are crucial to protein function, to assembly of proteins with one another and with other molecules into complex units, and to the transmission of information within and between cells. Okay, I think all of you are clear about the function